Hey guys, it's Rob here and welcome to my spoiler-free review of Avengers Endgame. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're actually almost at 100 subscribers with just 3 more to go. Now warning, if you're looking for a review to utterly gush about how perfect this film is, you're not going to find it here. While I did enjoy the hell out of this movie, and don't get me wrong, they did do a lot right, they also did some wrong, and it wouldn't be a review if I were just focus on the positives. So Avengers Endgame is the sequel to Avengers Infinity War. The world is torn apart and many lives have been lost, and one thing I really wanted to see from this film is how the snap affected the Earth's residents. There are scenes where we see Captain America, Black Widow, Thor, just about everyone who has survived the snap is going through some huge emotional toll. This is what really tallies up the runtime to such a degree. The movie really digs into each Avenger's life, how it changed them, their views on life, and how do we live in a world where so many of our loved ones have been taken away. Now the movie does spend way too much time on this aspect of the film in my opinion. I often found myself thinking, can we just move on from this point of the film? Now even though I did feel this way, the scenes were still great. The emotion brought out by the cast and the supporting cast throughout the whole film was well acted, and well, most of them were fantastic. I'll tell you about that later. This film also did a fantastic job at closing storylines, clearing up relationships between characters, and giving each person a heart-to-heart moment with their turmoils that have troubled them throughout the MCU phases. And the action scenes in this movie, wow, they were fantastic, especially the third act. Though these are far and few in between until the third act of the film, your mind is going to be blown during that part of the film. It is, and I kid you not, one of the most powerful moments and most surprising acts in all of the MCU, only tarnished for a split second by Captain Marvel, which I'll get into that in a separate video. Even though I had a blast in Avengers Endgame, some key plot points had me scratching my head. A lot of times the movie will throw logic to win or any sort of believability and have you believe something that's not believable. And I just sat there thinking, okay, that just happened. It also breaks its own rule. If you set up a rule, you cannot break it, and unfortunately Endgame did it. Now this is so they can actually give a payoff to one of the characters, and I won't spoil who it is, but I think it was worth it in the end. Now these things did take me out of the experience of Avengers Endgame, but fortunately for the movie, it always managed to pull me back in. The way they handled all these characters of Captain America, Tony Stark, all of these Avengers in this movie, it was surprising, heartbreaking, and it was just a fantastic experience. Unfortunately, two characters that they made a complete joke and I completely hated in this film, and of it was Thor and Hulk. If you've seen this film, you definitely know that they definitely made these two the butt of the film. They turned them into the comedy relief for the film. They wanted them there so they can make people laugh, and that is very, very unfortunate. They ruined these two characters. These characters that have been in the MCU for so long and could have did so much great things for Avengers Endgame and just the overall storytelling, and they completely trashed all over them, and I have no idea why they used them in such a way that they did in here. They were only there to make you laugh, and the fact that they used them in that way was a very, very wrong move. It was almost like they didn't know what they were going to do with these characters, so they ended up using them for the comic relief for the film, which did hurt the film, but it didn't ruin the film for me. Avengers Endgame was a fantastic movie and one that I can see myself visiting over and over again. It had character depth, great battles, and a good ending, and set up for future films all at the same time. There were some characters that I did have problems with, and sometimes the CGI was a little wonky at times, and I wanted to say so much more other than what I've said in this review, but unfortunately that would spoil it for you. I'll be doing a spoiler review for Avengers Endgame soon, so make sure you subscribe for that. Avengers Endgame gets an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching my review of Avengers Endgame, and have a good one.